Hello everyone, I am Alka1993 with big Pokémon Vortex news. Yeah, and it's not about the Therian forms, because that event's still going on until the 14th as explained in earlier videos. I'm here for something else. I'm just doing this intro in this cave just for the really low chance of finding a Therian, which would be cool. But there's an update coming to Pokémon Vortex soon, and not just, hey, we're adding this tiny thing or this tiny thing. There's been some things that people have been asking for a while, but Patrick's been keeping them in reserve for a bigger update in the future. And that bigger update will come on the 13th of May. That's in just 4 days from now. To just give you a little idea already, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Pokemon. Things that like Blacephalon, Poipole, Naganadel, Lycanroc Dusk form. Things like that are being added in, but quite a lot of other features as well, a few bug fixes. Let's go through the entire list. You can find these details in the Vortex forums as well. I'll link it in the description so you can read it through all by yourself. But yeah, the 4.2 changelog, and it's expected on May 13th. Something people have been asking for. If you are to be able to reset nicknames. Now you can't do that if you're not the original owner of the Pokemon. But let's say you have a Zekrom that you called Lightning Bolt, but you don't really like that nickname anymore and you just want it to be called Zekrom again, you can just click a button and it's back to Zekrom. It's back to normal. You can't do this if you're not the original trainer, but as long as you're the original trainer, you can reset it, which is a nice addition. Pokebay bids. You used to be able to just bid, refresh, bid, and especially in the last few seconds of bidding, that could become an issue, and it got really annoying for some people. Now there's a 10-second cooldown to tackle spam bidding to hopefully stop that. New Pokemon have been added to the Pokedex. Poipole, Naganadel, Blacephalon, Zeraora, Lycanroc Dusk. I'm so looking forward to using Zeraora. Dawnwings and Duskmane Necrozma, Ultra Necrozma, and if you paid attention to my YouTube status updates a few days ago, I gave a hint about this already because I knew about it. Snorlax and Arbok Megas. These are custom Pokemon, custom designs. They don't exist in the real game, but they will exist in Pokemon Vortex. A Mega for Snorlax and a Mega for Arbok, which I find pretty interesting. Rockruff can be evolved into Lycanroc Dusk between 5 and 6 in the afternoon. Blacephalon can be found on the Fire Maps with Ultra Beast spawn rarity. Blacephalon is an Ultra Beast, so that is to be expected. Now, Stakataka isn't listed, but Stakataka was already in a recent quiz, for maybe a day, maybe just over 1 day in the Cosmo quiz in Discord was Stakataka, and I was able to grab one of them. Not sure if it's actually available or not, Stakataka. I'll have to check. Let's see, Pokedex. Right to the final page, but not looking at those. Yeah, Stakataka is actually listed already as 805, interestingly, because the others haven't been added in yet. Now, Melton is in, Melmetal has not. So potentially that'll come in a future update. More things. On Pokemon Vortex, you always have the server time, UK time, listed at the top. However, that's going to change as well because you can select your own time zone. So, like for me, being in the Netherlands, it's an hour difference, and I don't really mind it. With the server time being as it is, and I understood it anyway, and it's an hour difference, so calculating isn't too difficult. But especially if you live farther away, let's say anywhere in the US, or let's say in Australia, New Zealand, then that is far away, and the calculations can be pretty difficult. And if you want to do things that can only happen during daytime, then it's nighttime when it's daytime for you, and that can be pretty difficult to time. However, when creating your account, or when your account already exists, like with mine, in your options tab for your current account, you can change your time zone. Note that you can only choose your time zone once. Once you've chosen it, it's permanent that way. So if you're unsure about what time zone you might be in, you can either Google it to be sure, you can ask in the Vortex Discord as well. There'll be enough people there to hopefully be able to help you out. Figure out exactly which time zone you're in. Remember that differences in time are a thing with daylight saving, so keep that in mind. And don't get yourself an hour confused because you likely won't be able to change it. Make sure you get it exactly right before you select that option. In addition to this, there's quite a few more things. 3 new items have been added. As you can expect with an Arbok and a Snorlax Mega, there's a Snorlax height and an Arbok height. But there's also an item called the EXP Boost. And that is interesting for me and helpful for me with training my Pokemon up and then evolving them for the Pokedex. But there's a lot of people that just train for EXP, just want Pokemon really high EXP just to get on that top 100 EXP Pokemon list. But also people that want to get those up to trade them as high EXP is a high value for some. For me, it doesn't matter too much. Not quite little, actually. But for others, it can mean a lot. And this EXP boost can help with that. You can now view a full list of every registered account with filters and orders when not logged into the game. You can now, through the Vortex store, purchase premium account types. Premium account type is a monthly subscription service, and it comes with multiple perks that can be read about all in the premium subscription store purchase page. So if you want to have details about that, maybe you're interested, go to that page and you'll find the details there. The EXP Boost item gives you personal temporary experience boost. So that's only for yourself, not for your friends, not for anyone else, but you can have that experience for yourself if you have the EXP Boost item. It'll double your own experience earned for battles, the exact time this takes, whether it's a half an hour, whether it's an hour, whether it's 2 days, I don't know. That has yet to be announced, but it will double your experience, which will help a lot in evolving your Pokemon, leveling them up, or just getting them a lot of experience once it's at level 100. And if there are global experience boost events, let's say on this weekend you get triple experience. If you have the EXP booster on, that's times 3 times 2 equals a times 6 multiplier for your experience. So that is very, very major. If I have one of those items and there is like an EXP booster event and I have the time to play, I am going to make use of that to train my Pokemon. Also, day and night evolutions, such as the Rockruff into Lycanroc Duskling, but also just Rockruff into midnight or daytime. All the Rockruff evolutions and any other day and night evolutions are now based on your time. If you have selected a specific time zone in the options as explained earlier, then the evolutions are based on that time. So maybe, depending on where you live, you just can't do the Rockruff into Lycanroc Dusk evolution because that's the middle of your night and you don't want to be awake during that time. Now, by selecting your time zone, you very likely will be able to do so. So that is very helpful. And these are a bunch of new features, but it's not just new features, there's some bug fixes as well. Let's go into those. Metagross Mega was missing some attacks in the attacks you could purchase for it. That is now fixed. Same for Zygarde Complete, had the same issue. There were some attacks that were nerfed in the previous updates that didn't list the correct power. Now they do. They list the new power and price when purchasing them. Leech Life still had its original power from Gen 6 and before at 20, and now it has the proper 80 base power that it got in Gen 7 in Sun and Moon. If you're already in a clan and you still have pending clan requests to join other clans, they will no longer appear because they're pretty much useless now. They just won't appear. There were genderless Wishy-Washy before, even though they shouldn't. It's either just a female or a male Pokemon. They have been assigned random gender depending on their gender ratio, and every caught Wishy-Washy will have a random one for them as well. So if you caught a Wishy-Washy and it was genderless, once this update rolls around, it will be either male or female. There have been Pokemon with broken data from V3 that have been corrected. I'm not entirely certain what that means yet, so I'm going to ask Patrick about that for some details. The one thing that comes to mind, I will show you that here. I have a Shadow Mesprit that I kept around with the move Shadow Pulse. Shadow Pulse doesn't do anything. It's on the Pokemon. Might have been something from it has to be from before V4. Um, so that might be what is referred to because it just doesn't do anything. I kind of like it being there. No other Pokemon can still learn the move anew. I just like the move existing. So I kind of hope this one can stay, but we'll see what happens. So maybe that's what is meant by broken dates. Maybe it's something different. Maybe it's more. I'm not quite sure. I'll ask Patrick about it. Pyukumuku was available in the cave water maps, but only during the daytime. That hasn't been extended. It's now available during the daytime and the nighttime. One other bug was your daily login calendar, which you can find in your dashboard. You have this little unknown X appearing every day that you have logged in. But as you can see, well, not here actually. Yeah, here, the 31st. The 31st of every month for some reason stays empty, even though I did get something during that day. The 31st for some reason stays empty. That bug should not happen anymore. Hopefully that's just fixed and the X will show up. It's not a major thing, but it was a bug, and that should now be fixed when this update rolls around on the 13th. That's not all. The Kanto side quest prize pool has had the Alakazite added to it, so if you complete the Kanto side quest, you have a chance to get the Alakazite, the Mega Stone, to evolve Alakazam into a Mega Alakazam. 3 things have been removed. The global clock and the in-game notification bar has been removed, so I'm going to assume that that's this one, because this is the notification bar, so I assume that this is this one. Because if you choose your own time, then that'll be the time that is in the bottom right generally of your computer. I kind of would like the time to still be there. I like that, but if I select my own time anyway, then I can then I guess it's not too much of a problem considering my computer time should be the normal time. I do wonder how that's going to be with if this just isn't going to be listed. Are people in, let's say, New Zealand going to get the new login rewards earlier than anyone else? Because before, if an event was, let's say, only on the 13th, like you'd have a special daily login reward on the 13th, then people who are, let's say, in New Zealand would get there a lot earlier than those in Europe, and those would get it a few hours earlier than those in the US. Will that be a thing? Or will those things still start at server time, therefore at UK time, if they are specific during a certain day? But it's just that the regular login things the New Zealand gets earlier. I'm not really sure how that would work. I'd like some more details from Patrick about that as well. You were able to, on the homepage, like and dislike news. I didn't actually know that. I don't think. But that has been removed, so I can't use it, which I don't really mind because I don't think I even realized it was a thing. Now the in-game chat bar, which I barely ever use, I believe this is the global one. One of them is a global chat. That global chat option has been removed. You can use the Discord to communicate with a bunch of other players. So if you have Discord, you can join that, talk to whoever in Vortex that you want. But if you have friends added on Pokemon Vortex, you can still use the chat feature to talk to them. If you would like, just that the global chat has been removed. I expect because too few people used it and it did cause some stress on the server. It was something like that, I think. So the global chat room has been removed. You can still chat to friends using the chat feature if you'd like. If you'd like to have a global chat, please think about joining the Pokemon Vortex Discord server. I'm pretty sure you can find a link to that before logging in on Pokemon Vortex. It'll be on the main menu there. That is all that is known at this time about this event. Quite a few cool things. I especially like that these Pokemon have been added. Snorlax at Arbokite. Actually, I can just show you what they look like, because Patrick has already announced that. And the EXP Boost item, that's pretty cool. How long will that take? And I would like some more details on what the broken data is about, and what will happen with the time. In terms of, again, people get in New Zealand or those time zones in Japan will get things earlier than those in Europe and earlier than those in the US in terms of daily login rewards. How will that work, especially if there's a specific day with a very special login reward? How will that work? Let's see, Patrick. There we go. That is Mega Snorlax, and that is Mega Arbok. I like what happened to Arbok's chest design. Let's look at the original Arbok here while I remove this. Arbok. This is regular Arbok. It has some symbols, and those symbols have been expanded. The Pokemon is slightly bulkier. Not really bulkier, a little bit. It does seem to have a very powerful fang now. Some more things on its tail to look fancier, and then the scary thing on its chest has been added on as well. Really fiery-esque things here as eyebrows. And then Snorlax has gotten a bit hairier as well. This should be pretty cool. Please let me know what you think of this major update. What is your favorite thing about it? What are you most looking forward to? And if there's anything else that's currently in the game that you would like to see changed, is there anything in the game that you would like to see added that isn't currently in the game that wasn't listed in this update? Please let me know what that is, and maybe it will be in a future update. I can't promise that though, but please let me know what you would like to see. I'm very interested to hear about that. I will certainly make a video when this update has rolled around. I'm very excited for it. Hope you are too. Just before I ended off, an update while I was editing this exact video. I was looking in Discord and Patrick put something in there that was missing from the log, from the change log, and I wanted to mention that considering I mentioned everything else. Melmetal will be added as well. Melton was already in there. Melmetal will be added to the Pokedex. Poipole will have Ultra Beast spawn rarity and will be on the Psychic maps. Naganadel will be Poipole's evolutions. If you want Naganadel, then catch a Poipole, which will mean that Naganadel will be extra rare. Naganadel Poipole. That'll be interesting to see how that works with the value of those two Pokemon compared to other Ultra Beasts. And then Stack Attacker can be found as well. It was already in the Pokedex because of the quiz giving quiz giving them available. Wow, I can English. Stack Attacker was available in the Cosmog quiz earlier, and now it is available to be caught as one of the cave maps at Ultra Beast spawn rarity, which is extremely rare, but it is now available to catch regularly as well. That was it for this update video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye.